Hey everybody, welcome to the Miley System Pro September 2015 Member of the Month interview. My name is Patricia Sweeney, L4 leader and MMT member here at Miley System Pro, and it is really just an amazing pleasure to introduce to the entire community and the entire internet land our September Member of the Month, Mr. Ryan Morris. Is it Mick Morris?
Mick Morris, yeah.
Morris. Okay, see, that's the part we redo. Let me redo that part because we want to say your name properly. I'm sorry. Okay. So it is my pleasure to introduce to everyone out there and say a big congratulations to our September Member of the Month, Mr. Ryan Mick Morris. So congratulations on being selected for Member of the Month. It's a really big deal. And just congratulations and welcome to your interview.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Well, for those of you who might not be super familiar with what we do here with the Member of the Month, I just want to give you a little bit of background to kind of let you know how big of a deal it is for this gentleman to be sitting here with us today. So Miley System Pro has been the #1 attraction marketing system on the internet for over 8 years now. We're always innovating. We always have amazing new tools and technologies for our members to really maximize their business online. And we've had so many amazing new launches, and we have sites, and we just did our live event just a couple of months ago. So the whole community's on fire. But why that's important for Ryan and kind of why it's a big deal is because, guys, because of all of that, we have got so many amazing marketers that really call Miley System Pro their home. They're in there, they're doing the do, they're marketing day after day, they're bringing in new members, they're bringing new value and training. And to really stand out in that crowd, you've got to be getting some amazing results. And that's exactly what Ryan here has been doing. I mean, he's always on the leaderboards, and just this guy has been on fire, and we couldn't help but notice him, in that crowd of marketers. He's really standing head and shoulders above a lot of other people. So what we do here on the Member of the Month interview is kind of pluck people out of that and bring them here to this platform so that everyone here who's watching this live, or if you're watching this recording, you get to kind of hear the inside scoop. What is this guy doing? What's he thinking? And where has he come from? And what's he doing differently that has allowed him to really stand out and get this kind of edification and the results that he's getting? So that's the reason that we're here, and that's the reason that it's such a big deal for Ryan to have this awesome honor. And, just chatting a little bit before we got started here, Ryan, I know that you're an L2 leader. You've been inside of MLSP right in a year. Yep. But you were able to go full time, totally walk away from your day job. You're a father, you said your little baby's at daycare right now, which is awesome, by the way. Those of you like work at home parents, having a couple days daycare is really nice.
It's essential.
Yeah, but and they like it too. So right, it's not all about us.
He needs to learn, so he likes it.
There you go. It's all about them, right? It's totally totally for them. But tell us a bit about your story. Like, how did you decide, or why did you decide to look for, and then you found MLSP? And then I know that you went to a couple live events, and you decided to get some coaching along your journey, and all of that's really impacted and been this amazing snowball of results for you. So just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, about that, so because I know they want to know.
Well, it's really funny. I was at an event and met Mark Harbert, and I was telling him about the day that I was driving to work. And don't do this, but I looked at my phone and I YouTubed. I actually pulled over on my way to work, and I was in a particular company, and I looked up how to sell, the particular name of the company. So I said, how to sell this, and Mark Harbert's video came up, and so I subscribed to it, and I looked at it and I was like, that seems pretty cool. So just probably like everybody else, I bypassed it and didn't look at. I just I was like, all right, well, I guess that's how you do it. And then I looked again. I was just looking for something to help me figure out how to make this work. I was just looking, and I found another guy. I can't remember his name, but So now you know why Mark Harbert stuck out. But it took me to the same video, and then so I was like really, really intrigued by this, because I was like, there's got to be a reason that I'm looking for something and it keeps taking me to the same video. And so then I actually went out and did my own research, and I found another guy, and he was talking about this system, and I was like, no way. And he ended up showing some results that he was like in the top in his company now. And so I was like, wow, that's unreal. So I still didn't join. And I looked at a video on Facebook, and it was Kate McShay. And I literally paused that video, and I said to myself, if it takes me to the same video that I've seen 3 times, I don't care what it is. I'm joining tomorrow. That's it. And it was, I emailed Kate, we got on the phone, and the rest was history. And, the thing I tell people is it took me 3 months to pull the trigger. I was brand new in network marketing, but I knew that it worked, and I knew there was a way. So this had to be it. And I took action. She told me just to take action. and I did. That's what I tell everyone that comes in with me is take action when you get in, and things will happen. And so I stopped asking too many questions. She told me to take action. She told me to buy a course, and I did. I actually sold a car. I had an extra car at the moment. And I sold that car just so I could have some extra cash to buy what I needed to buy to build my business. And my idea behind that was, if I wanted, it was a Corvette at the time, but now it's a Panamera. but if I wanted that, I need to get rid of things that if I were to have that Panamera or Corvette today, I would have gotten rid of that car no matter how much I loved it. So my idea behind that was, I need to start getting rid of some things. And I learned that at an event too. Sometimes it's not about adding, it's about subtracting before you want to start getting things, in your life. So that's how I got into MLSP. My line of sponsorship in the company that I was in, I literally called him up, and I was like, hey man, I'm not making any money, or actually I was kind of making money, but I wasn't making 6 figures.
Right.
So I was like, hey man,
do something.
Right. So I said, hey man, I'm out of here, man. I'm not doing this anymore. He said, okay. So I was like, well, I have nowhere else to turn, but I know this works. So I joined MLSP, and literally since that day, I've been 2 weeks in MLSP. I was in profit, and I have not looked back.
Awesome. Well, so a lot of what you said there was really awesome stuff. I mean, I love that mindset of freeing space, right? Removing the clutter from your life so that, you open up the possibility for something new to come in.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it quite the way you just did, where it's like, what would I be hanging on to if I have the results that I want long term? And then you look around at your life, that's a different kind of perspective to be thinking about pushing things out. And I think that's a powerful, powerful way to put yourself in that mindset of, and it's like, like you said, it could work. You've met all these amazing leaders. You mentioned multiple people already. Kate, I know that you've worked with Ray Higdon, Mark Harbert. These are powerful people in the industry. And these are some of the people that call Mally System Pro home. So I think it's awesome that you had the exposure to so many people who really plant their flag here. And that also helped, I'm sure, solidify your belief of just get going. Once someone said, hey, do this thing if you want this result.
Right.
So that's powerful. And then a marketing lesson was in the middle of that, right? It's like you have to have so many exposures before someone's like, okay, wait a minute, I recognize that now.
Yeah, you do.
Actually pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it helps too. I mean, it helps people to understand that, like, I tell them, yeah, it took me 4 months to get in, but like that could have been 4 months that I could have been easily making money. I could have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of money. So don't, I always agree with people when they say, like, I got to look some stuff over. I always agree because that lessens frustration. But I also let them know that, don't do what you got to do, but don't take too long to do it, because I mean, procrastination is a killer in our industry. So get the information you need, make a decision whether you're going to be here or not, but just make a decision.
Yeah. So that's okay. So 90 days. I know we mentioned that. So you made a decision, right, based on the person that now we use referring affiliates, right, in My Sister Pro, not sponsors or this or that or the other. Some people who promote My Sister Pro have got coaching programs, and they really back up a lot of what they their programs, and they're getting people in and their teams and such. So obviously the person that you got enrolled with has that, and I believe that you've taken a page out of their book, and you're also doing that. Like, you have this very specific coaching program that you really allow people to kind of take that mindset and run with it. And I know you said before we got started, we were talking about this 90-day plan, because when we were looking at your stats, 90 days in, once you actually took the plunge and got started, you hit L1. 90 days later, you hit L2, and you're right here on the cusp of L3, which is such a big deal. So not only did you make the decision to get into My Sister Pro, because of the residuals you created in just a few weeks, you felt comfortable enough to quit your day job and go full time, at home, work from home, so you can focus on your business. And I mean, that's such a huge win. And those are the kind of, decisions, though. That's a bold decision that you made. And that's propelled you to be where you are today. So I love all of that. Now, how important is this 90-day, run and this focused effort, not only for yourself, but also for the people that you're coaching now, to help them get the results that they're looking for as well?
The 90 days, you look at, I was told this once, that you look at companies and you look at organizations and Fortune 500 companies, top trainers in the world, every one of them puts you on this 90-day plan. You never see you typically don't see like a 30-day or 60-day or 12-month. It's usually everything stemmed or even broken down into 90 days. Even if someone gives you a year plan, it's typically broken down into a 90-day segment. And when you can make that run for exactly what you want in 90 days, and then typically work backwards from it, it's kind of ironic, because I look at my results and they were in 90-day increments, and now I'm having my first actual big product release in October. And I didn't even notice this before the interview. I didn't even notice this, but the name of the product is the 90-day transformation. So so it's something to follow. It's something to, I mean, if you're not setting these goals and visions for yourself in 90-day increments, rethink that, because it's magic how it happens. Literally, it may happen on day 91 or day 85, but around there, that's usually when magic starts to happen. Even if you're not getting any results, the floodgates can open up on day 90, but you just have to get there.
Well, and I personally could be a testament to that too. When I first got started in My Sister Pro, 2.5 years ago now, the 100-day challenge was there, and it was live, and it just got released. And me and Bert Bledsoe, who's an LFAP leader here, and a bunch of us, we went through that. And, I think it's funny because we laugh on it now. It's like, about a month and a half in, that 4 to 6 weeks window, you totally want to quit, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what am I doing? And then if you just stick with it, it's almost like, wow, it feels almost like magic. Like, after you've been putting in all this work for that amount of time, it's like boom. But we had very specific actionable steps to take, and so I know that that's going to be what I know that's what you did. I know that you got coaching with Ray Higdon, to get you kind of on that path and sort of, I'm sure you're going to be implementing a lot of that into your product, which I think is awesome. I definitely want you in just a second, tell people kind of what it is that you're doing to bring people into Mind System Pro. How are you introducing it, and how has that impacted your ability to recruit people? But what I'm hearing from you is you have figured out, how to tap into the formula that Mind System Pro tells people from day one is what every top earner is doing. You have gone out and you've created these multiple streams of income for yourself. And I love that you're doing this, and it's only been like 12 months for you. It takes a lot of people a lot of time to kind of digest the concept of, hey, you can have a network marketing, you can have a direct sales, you can have your continuity revenue from this membership site called Mind System Pro that has all these amazing tools and training, right? You can create your own products, you can have your own membership thing, you can do consulting, you can do all of this stuff to constantly bring in, income into your household. And then that income, if you're doing it right, you just put a percentage back into your business and you grow and scale, and that's it. So I just want to say again, man, congratulations for your focus and your vision, and really taking what the on that same video that you saw 3 times.
I had to see it 3 times.
You're like, oh, it works, but so many people will listen to that but not hear the message in that's so important, and you're really putting that into action. And so I think that's amazing. And again, the fact that you've done that and you already have all these pieces in place is only 12 months. We're going to see so many big things from you. And I'm so excited, that you're here in our community and being able to give back here. So, because all that does is it helps other people get the confidence that they need to take the first step so that they can get the same kind of results, which is what we're all about. So,
exactly.
So yeah, that gets me excited. It's like, so tell us, what is everybody wants to know? Like, oh, what's your secret sauce? When you get on the phone with someone or when you get a lead, what do you say to them? What's the hook? Why are people saying yes to Ryan? So tell us a little bit about that.
Honestly, it's straight out of the book. On this computer right now, I actually screenshotted. If you go to the marketing strategies and you click on the button that says call your MLSP leads, like I screenshotted that and I read that for days. Like I would just memorize that. And you don't have to memorize it verbatim, but you could know the format. And honestly, that's what I did. So I took that and I coupled that with when I did it yesterday. I go to a coffee shop, I get my work done, and before I leave the coffee shop, I go by the board, and if there's network marketing cards on there, I call the network marketing cards, and I literally just say, Angie, hey, I hope you don't mind, but I saw your card in the coffee shop. I was just passing it by. Usually when I see cards, it says to me you're trying to grow your business. Usually if someone's going to put a card out, it means they're trying to grow their business. I was just curious. I actually help people grow their businesses. Did I catch you at a good time? And my entire intention on that phone call is to just give value and just see where their business is. I just ask a question. I say, can I do a quick pulse check on your business and see where you are? And I allow them to talk, and people will talk about their business. And if they feel like they're not going to be sold something, then they'll just open up to you. And if you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers. And I let them talk. I just let them talk about their business. And then when they're ready for me to talk, I say, hey, based on what you've told me, I do have something that may be a benefit to you. And right now I have a one-on-one training. I would say that if you don't have a one-on-one training, set something up that is, even if you don't have a curriculum for it yet, set something up that is, because even if my one-on-one training, like it's full, which is good, but I'll tell people, I'll say, hey, my one-on-one training is full. I actually have a group training that may really benefit you. And if not, then you can even offer, you can offer them a My Lead System Pro product. Typically, if it's a first phone call or second engagement, you may offer them a lower tiered product, maybe something that's like $10 or $7 or $27 or $47. Something that will build your brand and the trust that they have in you, because if they spend $20, to them that's, discretionary. If they spend $50, it's discretionary, and then they get something that they feel like it's worth $200, and now they'll step into a $300, $400 something with you, and then all of a sudden they'll pay the $200 just to get on your waiting list, to be on your one-on-one training. And so that's basically what I do. I try to offer as much value as I can in 20 minutes that I'm going to be on the phone. I only allow 20 minutes, period. And that's what I do to this day. I'm looking at my cards right over there, and there's a stack of them, because I just go out and I just get cards, and I go to little local events sometimes. Sometimes I'll go to other people's opportunity meetings and just get cards.
Well, I mean, I think you laugh, but I mean, why not? I think a lot of people spend a lot of time and energy on the how-to part, of their business, and then it's all techie questions. Well, how do I do this and do that and do this? And I think a lot of people decide to get into network marketing because they think everyone they talk to is going to say yes, right? Oh, yes, it's just so amazing. Everyone's going to say yes. There's no way they can say no. And then they get into internet marketing because they want an easy button, right? Like they don't actually want to talk to people. They're like, I just want to set up a website and push a button with, and put one blog post up and get 1,000 leads and never have to talk to people. And at the end of the day, you'll hear from every top earner. It's when you take the time to have a conversation that you're not waiting to tell them about your thing. You're actually listening to see, what is their pain and how can you help them? And that's where you have to start. And so I remember when I first got started, I think like on week 4 or 5 or 6, every single week there's these little mindset trainings that unlock in the back office.
Yeah.
It's like bonus trainings. And I remember listening to one that Rob Ford did. And of course, Rob Ford is still very active in our community. And he was talking about the 4 levels of marketing, where it's like, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 1 is all about you getting out there and pushing, making it happen. And level 2 is it's a little less pushing and a little more people are coming to you. So you got a little bit more pull going on. Level 3, it's a little, you flip over that 50%. Mm-hmm. So you're only pushing 40% and you're pulling people 60. And then level 4, you've set up your business, you've got a brand, you've got content out there, you've done the work to get the results and get the notoriety and the celebrity that people will just come to you, right? And that's where we all want to go, but you've got to put in that legwork. And I always tell people, engagement creates clarity. So when you're talking to people, then you know what your people want. You know what your coaching clients need to hear from you because you're actually talking to them.
Yeah.
So it takes all the weird guesswork right out of it. And then you can just help them to get them to the place of the result that they want. And you know what they want because you talk to them.
Exactly. They're telling you exactly. And I tell people, I take using the customer relationship manager is so key. Even if you don't have internet access, grab a sheet of paper, write down some notes, and then put it back in the customer relationship manager, because that itself is worth, even if you're a university member, that's worth $50 a month right there. It's so crucial to be able, because especially if you're generating leads, if you're going out and getting cards, you allow your brain space to think instead of trying to allow your brain space to remember every little thing about every prospect. And if your subconscious mind knows that it's got this tool that everything is in an archive about prospect A, then I can actually open my mind and start thinking about ideas and things that I, just the good stuff stays in, and all the other stuff is where it needs to be.
Yeah, so that's our CRM. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it is our customer relationship management, which allows you to follow up like a pro. Because at the end of the day, I know everyone who's ever been network marketing or you've ever seen a BizOff presentation, the fortune is always in the follow-up. And so with the kind of, so you're really in that active marketing stage because you're just trying to get yourself to that residual that you want. And obviously you're building a brand, and because you're getting the results, you get awesome exposure, like this Member of the Month interview. So you're doing the thing, man, and it's very exciting. So I wanted to clarify, though, for those people who are wanting to kind of get your secret sauce. So you go get cards, or you have a presence on social media. I'm sure lots of people come ask you questions because you do your lifestyle marketing on Facebook and stuff. I see you around. And so you're getting people, but you're also actively going and calling people as well. And once you get on the phone with them, when you're like, hey, let me take a pulse of your business, I've got something that'll be a great fit for you. When you say you have a coaching thing, are you leveraging your group coaching as like, hey, I do this for people as long as they, have their tools that they're going to need with My System Pro. So as soon as you go get your mastery account set up, then I'll plug you in. Is that kind of the phrasing and the perception that you give your prospects that you're working with?
Yeah. Once I figure out, and once I paint that picture that they're good for me and I'm good for them. Right. Typically there's kind of that cusp of like, do I offer a one-on-one for them, or do I offer, a group training? And I think people like that. I think they're drawn to that. So I for the majority of people, I say, listen, I have a Facebook group training. I put on a group training. All the questions that I answer and things that I do, I'm very active with that group. So it's a lot of value that I bring to that group. Shoot just specific videos. I try to just make sure that they're engaged with the system. And they get me kind of on a weekly basis. And I think it works two ways, because as that group grows and they know I have a one-on-one offer, eventually they're probably going to want to take advantage of that. And with all my one-on-one clients, as I'm working them through the 12-week program, I'm dripping My Lead System Pro on them. And actually 1 week is towards the end of it is actually dedicated entirely to My Lead System Pro. Once they're already going through about week 11, it's actually in week 12, the last week, is strictly My Lead System Pro. So when they're done personally with me, they're still with me every month.
Yeah.
And awesome. And the course of that is I've increased their income over the last 12 weeks. So there's no reason that they can't afford this tool, because they've been working with me for 12 weeks. They've obviously stuck with me for 12 weeks for a reason. So their income has to be going up somewhere.
Yeah.
So with My Lead System Pro, I just offer, this is my group training. If you want to be in the group, make sure your mastery account is active. And after that, I'm trying to give the most value to this group that I possibly can. This group will stay together. I'm trying to have that retention up to 90%, because if I'm giving value, they can't leave.
That's right.
They can't.
And I think that's a big lesson, and that's super smart of you too. I think whether you're in direct sales, network marketing, or you've got a tool set or an affiliate thing you're promoting, or whatever you're doing, you can be super awesome at getting people on the front end. But if you don't have the ability to give that long-term value where people want to stick with you, that retention is what really gives you that residual income. And I know like Diane Hoffman just did a huge webinar on that on Tuesday, which everybody was like, it was so much, because it's so important. And not too many people talk about that. So I love that, you're utilizing this ongoing training from you, you personally with your people to kind of make them stick. Because obviously we have our own Facebook group that is super engaged, right? We have all of the free trainings that My System Pro does Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have our wake up calls. We have all of that. But I think it's even doubly important too to do what you're doing, to really have that personal connection, because you are also building a network marketing company. So once you've been able to bring people along that continuum of belief, right? Like you've given them the ability to believe that it can happen for them, because you've given them some kind of result for probably the first time ever in their business. Yeah. And so now, just like with them doing the micro commitments with paying 5 here or 20 here, it gives people the ability to feel comfortable with saying yes to something that can totally change their life. And so I think that's the bigger thing. And I think that's awesome. So again, gets me super pumped for what Ryan is doing. I'm like, yay! So we've been at this for a while. I think you and I could probably talk all afternoon. So we're going to wrap up though. So 2 things. People who are new, who are struggling, they want your results. Key piece of advice for them. And then I definitely want you to tell everyone who's listening to this interview how they can reach out and get in touch with you, so they can figure more out about what it is that you're doing.
Yeah. The key thing that helped me, I tell all my group, I tell my network marketing team, anybody that come in contact that has some type of connection with me, videos they're the winner. Now that there's Periscope, that's live. The game changes videos. And here's one thing that about videos I want everybody to understand that I don't think everyone understands. Not everyone is supposed to like you on your videos. You want that. Now, obviously, you want more people to like you than that don't like you, but your audience likes you. Speak to that audience. The people that don't like you can delete you or go somewhere else. That's okay. You want that. You don't want to be talking, or you don't want to have interactions with people that don't like you. That's a waste of time. So just continue to speak to the audience that likes you every day. Do videos consistently. If you have trouble doing videos, I tell people to do Instagram videos. It'll only force you to do a 15-second video, and then work your way up to Facebook or YouTube. Allow yourself to be solution oriented and not problem oriented, and just do the videos. Videos are so key. If you're reading a book, just do a video on something you read in the book for that day. I did that for my first 30 days. Literally, I would read something in the book I was reading, and I would just do a video on it. And that got so much interest. That created a foundation for me in my first 30 days. So do videos, be consistent with them. Like Mark says, don't even look at them for a while. Just upload them. I sent some girl last night. She was complaining about videos. So I said, I actually found the first video that I ever made, because I'd sent it to Kate.
They're bad, aren't they?
And she was like, that wasn't bad at all. And I was like, look at it.
I know. So funny.
But we all have our first video, so do it.
Yeah. So and that allows you, I think video in today's environment, that's the thing that allows you to connect with people you don't know yet.
Exactly.
That's your advertising that's out there for you 24/7. I know that, isn't it weird though, the first time you get that call and it's like, I've watched all your videos.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
You've been doing what now? Yeah. Like, dude, watching me, that's weird. But of course, we're marketers. That's what we want. So I think that's a great piece of advice. And I think that's a thing that will allow people to, once you kind of break the ice with that, it allows you to find your voice faster. And I do don't watch your videos for a while, and don't necessarily worry about the YouTube comments, because you do want to be polarizing. And not a lot of people talk about that in marketing in our space as much. And I think that's a great lesson to take away, because I think the more you don't want to be this person who's lukewarm in the middle, right?
Right. No, normal.
Yeah, because then you're not memorable. Yeah. So if people hate you, that means you're going to have people that love you. And that's a good thing, because then you're going to be memorable to them. And then people like Ryan will get on here and they'll be able to remember your name, like he did Mark's.
Exactly.
Because there's some other guy that he didn't remember his name.
Yeah.
And that's just the way that it goes. So you want to be the memorable marketer. So great point there. So awesome interview. So much amazing value that you delivered here today. And I want to thank you for your time and your energy and your passion inside of our group and for My Lead System Pro. I know you're going to have an amazing future because you're creating it day in and day out. And next time, if your little dude isn't at the daycare, you'll have to like bring him so we can say hi to him.
I will.
Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, because I know you're going to have a lot of people that want to ask you questions.
Yeah. If you want to get in touch with me, hit me up on my fan page. It's Ryan Cody McMorris. Or you can always reach out to me on my website, ryanmcmorris.com, and I'll be glad to help anybody. I'm just bringing value is what it is. So that's what I'm here for.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, congratulations again. And just, again, cannot wait to see what you do. I know L3 is right around the corner for you.
Yeah.
So lots of big things coming in your future, young sir. And thank you all for listening and watching. And of course, if you want more information on My Lead System Pro, head on over to myleadsystempro.com. See what we're all about. We have a blog there with lots of these Member of the Month interviews, because every single month we have a complete rock star out here. And it's so awesome to hear these stories and really get to nitty gritty of, where did these people come from? What are they doing every day? And what's their vision for the future? And obviously Ryan's is to provide awesome value, which is good because you get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. And I know pretty much every top earner on the internet today has gotten that value inside of My Lead System Pro. So we'll see you guys on the next interview.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.